We're back. Let's try it again. All right. At this point, I just want to confirm if we do have sound back before we bring up our guests, because that's the important part. Is I want to make sure that our guests will be heard and everything will be fine, and we'll be able to move accordingly. So let's see. I got to reboot my phone so I get the right feed up. This is what happens when you do live stuff, folks. Stuff happens, and it is what it is. So, all right. Are you ready to go, Miss T? Let's bring Miss T up. Come on around on Neil's side there.
Hair color.
There
Your
we
hair
go.
color is different. I'm very observant.
There we go.
I like it.
Welcome. Here you go. Here's your microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to introduce to you the owner of and the face behind WhinyBitches.co, Miss T. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Put that microphone right up to you. So
All right.
perfect.
I'm
there
great, and thank you for having me.
Oh, this is great. So, all right, Whiny Bitches. I know a lot of people kind of chuckle at that name because it's such a great name. Give a little back history on how the business got started, and just give our audience some feedback as to what's happening.
Well, we came up with the name after a couple bottles of wine.
Why am I not surprised?
Wait. I know you real well. Couple bottles of wine. That's your appetizer.
Okay, wait, so a couple more.
Couple more. Okay.
Couple more. There you go.
We're into the main course. Good.
Right. And it started mostly as a T-shirt company, and it just kind of blossomed from there. And now we do all kinds of things.
All kinds of merchandise. It's printed
Yes.
all over the place, and you're expanding the brand and getting different products and services out there, partnering with organizations. That's the last time I'm going to speak for you. Now you got to speak.
Thank you, Neil. You
Yeah,
did it well.
So let's get a little history, though. You said the name of the company, and the name came after enjoying some wine.
Yes.
But what was the purpose behind it? What was your intent when you started the company?
Well, I have a rescue dog,
Okay.
and I wanted to help support other rescue animals, dogs, cats,
Okay.
mostly dogs.
Yeah, hey, why not? And you'll know. Well, we can't really see it, but we do have a few dogs here in front of our display with what was that?
Bach Andre Furry.
Marc Andre Fleury.
Furry.
Sorry,
It's very cute.
he is.
It's adorable.
There you go. Put it right on. There you go.
Thank you.
So, all right. So you started Whiny Bitches in support of helping other organizations.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of dog do you have, by the way?
I have a yellow lab.
Oh, yellow
and
lab.
her
How
name is-
big?
She's 85 pounds.
Wow. Can you saddle her? Put a saddle on that thing?
How old is she? How old is she?
She's 12 now. She's sleeps a lot.
Oh, she's younger than you, Neil.
I sleep a
Like
lot.
12 times 7. That's what, 84? No, dog's older than you in human years.
12 times 7. Quick.
84. 84.
I'm getting there.
But you're not
I
there
got a
yet.
birthday in 2 days,
Yeah.
by the way.
Double sixes.
Yeah, Route 66 I hit in 2 days.
Oof.
Even the road got
Yeah,
repaved.
but bald guys look good younger.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 50. I got the speed limit coming up in July.
I don't remember that.
Well,
But
it's
my-
my fault.
Listen, at my age, that's the second thing that goes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's get back to tea, shall we, please?
Sure.
It's not about us
No,
today.
I know, and I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. All right.
Usually it is.
Usually it is, right? He talks a lot than I do, right? CJ, where's CJ, right? How much does he talk over me? A lot. He talks. Right? That's okay. That's all right. I see. I always have the mixing board. I always turn his mic
See,
off. though.
I do more than draw. I talk.
What's hard is when he draws and talks at the same time. That's the
Yes.
thing. All right. So how
Don't
long
give
is
him any gum.
no exactly? So how long has Whiny Bitches been out there?
3 years.
3 years now. Very cool. Very cool. And what's the forget? We'll segue into the product line in front of us here in a second. On your current site, the things that are available, what are people buying to most? What's the most popular product?
The blingy glasses
Okay.
and T-shirts.
Okay. So describe blingy
Blingy
glasses.
glasses. It's wine glasses, and of course it's a 22 ounce.
22 ounce. So you can
Yes.
really get sloshed with that.
Oh, yeah.
With
Yeah,
that. cup.
Absolutely.
that includes the 2 bottles she was talking
Oh,
about.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Well, one bottle fits 2 glasses. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So when you say blingy, what are the glasses dressed up, or there's something? Is that
yeah,
what it is?
they're dressed up. It's glitter and jewels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can they be special ordered that way, or
Absolutely.
so people can say, I want this, or this?
How would they order them? Is there a website? How do they
There
do
is
this?
a website.
Okay, what is
Glad
it?
you asked me.
All right.
That's why he's here. He asks the tough
Why-
questions.
tough question.
WhinyBitches.co.
Okay. Very cool. And all that is available on the site.
Yes.
And now, speaking of dogs and your support, they'll also see a link and a logo for Drink a Cup. Oh.
We have a blingy. A blingy
This
thing.
just handed in. Here we go. Here's a sample of a Blinky. Look at that for our Knights. Look
That's
at that, our
really
gold Knights. That's
That's-
gorgeous.
That's like a half a bottle of wine.
That's 22 ounces.
That's about 22.
That's
ounces,
22?
yes.
Yeah, but guys lie about sizes. That's not 22
Hey,
ounces.
now.
It's 22.
Send your emails to Neil at.
Oh.
No, but so you actually have done this?
Yes.
This is glitter, I take it, and then you have the little stones across the top and the bottom there.
And the
Yes.
Knights logo, beautifully done.
Did you have to get permission to the logo thing?
Don't go there.
Yes.
Well, obviously we wouldn't have gotten it to show if it was illegal. So yeah. So how much is something like this available for? What can somebody buy this for?
22.
Don't look at him. Don't look at him. I'm asking you.
Well, you know,
This is like you
I-
want to
I
go a
did the-
lifeline here?
Yeah.
What do they retail for? What do they retail for?
$22.
$22 retail. So in other words, if somebody wants to come in and buy a dozen of these glasses, you will work numbers to make it work for them.
Yes.
So like a
absolutely.
volume discount
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
in a lot more words than I said.
Well, I speak a lot. You
I
told
know
me
you
I
do.
talk a lot.
So this is gorgeous, actually. So if
Thank
it's
you.
okay with you, I'm going to leave this right up front with our other stuff. Now, something though that it seems like you're diving into differently now is we have a line of coffee here in front of us, and you developed this coffee for a reason. And I'll let you off the hook after you answer this question. So talk about why you diversified into coffee now.
We wanted to expand the brand of
Okay.
it and get into other products.
Okay.
And also, we've wanted to help Cynthia with the Urban Underdog.
Urban Underdog. Okay, so this goes back to your main mission of why you started the company in the first place. You wanted to support dogs and animals and stuff, and this is one way you could do that,
I
right?
love dogs.
Absolutely.
I like dogs a lot.
I know you do.
I do. Okay,
You-
that's
you-
all I'm gonna say. Go
You
ahead.
draw them. You draw them too. You have a whole pet line that you draw.
Yeah. It's,
Is there anything you don't draw?
It's dogography or Portnoy. I don't know.
Photography. That's great.
Jeez. Is there anything you don't draw?
No,
Okay.
I draw everything.
I wanted to
Even
make sure that was
goldfish.
I do what?
Even goldfish.
Yeah, because I designed their initial logo
really.
for
Yes.
Whiny Bitches.
Yes, he did.
And one of now the story she hasn't mentioned, but I will, of course. Whiny
Absolutely.
Bitches features T and Jazz. Jazz is the dog. So the logo has this blonde woman with the golden.
Gotcha.
So they're actually featured in their corporate branding.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool. Didn't know that.
And he's done the drawings.
I did
Okay.
a number of drawings for their merch.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
So
very
check
good.
out the
I draw
t-shirts
everything.
with,
Yeah, absolutely. I know you do.
Even cats, and I don't like cats. I'm not a cat.
But they're
person.
animals. You're an animal.
Well, you know the
supporter, though.
difference between a dog and a cat?
I'm afraid to ask.
You call a dog, he comes, right? You call a cat, he looks, he says, "Look, I'll take a message. I'll get back to you in a couple weeks." No, really, I don't like cats.
On that note, Miss T, give the website, and if people have questions, how can they get in touch, or is it through the website?
through the website, info@whinybitches.co.
Spell that out, please.
Well, info we know how to
No,
spell.
but whiny.
Whiny could be.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be tricky.
See, if you're Jew,
it's-
it's WHINEY. That's why we want to make sure that.
Okay. And whiny is wine with a Y at the end.
There you go. And bitches. Yes, the word
Bitches,
bitches.
yes.
Right. Whiny
And
bitches.
because the bitches is a female dog.
Right.
Which is what Jazz is.
I didn't know that.
Gotcha.
Yes.
You didn't
No,
know that?
bitch is a female dog. All those years I used the term in a totally different content.
Yeah, that was the original.
You're barking up a wrong tree. with this
Oh,
one.
good one.
Okay.
I like
All right.
that.
So, hey, I'm a professional. Do not try this at home, okay? So, how about a round of applause for T as we will dismiss her and let her get back to our
Thank
friends
you.
and guests. Thank you, Miss T, for stopping by. Very good. Well
Thank you.
done. Well done. So, that's a little history behind the company.
I have two microphones.
No,
Can
you're
I talk
dangerous.
more?
No, I turned that one off already. So you're
Oh.
done. You're done. So the quarter ran out on that one. So yeah, I mean, that's a great story. I mean, here was 3 years ago. The cause was started to support dogs and animals. And now they're segueing into really hardcore direct methods of supporting a specific cause.
Well, and again, you hear me mention this all the time. When you're in business, you have to create revenue streams, and you've got to partner with organizations that, are to your heart. And I know both of them, T and CJ, and their beliefs and causes, huge into the dogs, huge
Yes.
into the pets. And I think it's a brilliant idea to come up with a new product line. And some of the names on these are classic. Can you, Aaron, read off the names of these
I'll be
coffees?
happy to, since you can't read anything.
I can't.
Deputy Dog is an Ethiopian. How is that pronounced? Har har har? Har har har.
And I let you read it.
Yeah, I know. It's a light roast. And then we have Sergeant Barkowitz, which I think is flying off the shelves because I know even my wife had me purchase a bag for us.
Is that a Jewish brand?
It could be.
Yeah,
It could be.
Barkowitz.
If it was Sergeant Manischewitz, I would agree with that.
Good one.
Papua New Guinea it's a medium roast. Barks a Lot is a Guatemala Antigua, which is a dark roast. Then we have Bowser's Blend. You know, when I hear the word Bowser, I think of the guy from Sha Na Na.
Yeah.
Is that where you got it
Happy
from?
Days. Happy Days. Bowser.
Bowser. Well, Sha Na Na was the group. What's that? Is Bowser?
Is
there you
Bowser
go.
really?
This is a light roast, and then we have Dog in It Decaf, and that's a medium roast. So you got 5 flavors to choose from. Now the bags down here and online, they're $18.88, right? Is the cost for how heavy are the bags? How much is in there? How much?
12-ounce.
12-ounce bags, and these are ground, but they can also purchase unground, right?
Yeah, because it says in the back of it they can have it ground or whole beam. And this is.
See, I haven't read those. So, I see where the check
Yeah,
mark
see where
is.
it's check mark
And they're
is?
all grounded. Is yours ground?
I'm trying to get grounded here.
I know.
Never mind the
They
coffee.
can't come out for 24 hours. They're
Yeah.
grounded.
All right.
And then now today also, if you come down, you can, if you're not a coffee drinker, that's okay. You don't have to drink coffee to support the cause. And the cause name, as you could see, is Drink a Cup, Save a Pup. If you come down today, you get a beautiful mug for a $10 donation. But online, now these are 11-ounce mugs, which can do damage all by itself. But online, if you don't want the small ones, they have 15-ounce mugs available for sale for $14.99.
Which fits a whole bottle of wine, right?
Which a whole bottle of wine, and any run over, you can just use the Blingy wine glass. So you can always get that in there as well. So there's a whole coffee line. So why don't we bring up? So you want to bring CJ up now?
No.
No. Okay.
No, we can bring him up. We'll bring him up.
All right, CJ, come on up. This is CJ Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. CJ is also the lesser half with T. T is the big half, and then CJ is the lesser half. But he's the one that is working with Cynthia Miyamoto from you're hot. Your mic is hot, so don't look for buttons. There's no buttons. I got your control right there. So CJ is the one that helped develop the brand and marketing because of what he does with his company. So welcome to the show. So you're the first return guest we actually have.
Wow.
You were on with Marlo
actually
Anderson.
Invited me back again.
Well,
What's
listen,
wrong with
you paid this time.
Oh,
That's
I
why.
see.
But anyway,
I didn't have a vote. I
No,
didn't
you
have-
didn't have a vote.
I didn't have a vote this time.
You never do. You just
I know.
draw.
I
he just draws exactly. So you heard T talk about the starting now to migrate into other avenues of lines with
You
the
guys
coffee
have
now.
real names because we got T and CJ. We got 3 letters.
Well, it's cheaper that way. We just have
And
letters.
what's interesting is CJT completes it because my last name's Thompson.
Ooh,
You asking her for something, or
that's mind blowing. The way he's just kind
I'm
of
just
tied all
curious
that
if there was a
together.
hidden
That-
message there. Was there a hidden message there?
Does he always talk in hidden messages, T? He does.
Oh,
See,
all
well,
right.
that's because he's an app guy, and everything is code, and you never complete sentences when you do apps. I
It's
guess
true.
I don't know. But anyway, so talk about the transition now of Whiny Bitches now offering the coffee line, in specific, the direction and supporting urban underdogs.
Well, it was one of these interesting things where we had met at NetLV, which is a networking organization that meets over on Wednesdays at 8:30. So come out and join us and just
And where
great
they meet?
people.
Where
And
they
it,
meet?
it meets at Mimi's Cafe.
On the corner of Charleston and Rampart.
Well,
Or-
technically, it's
or-
on the Fort Apache
Yeah,
side.
Fort Apache side.
Right. Wonderful group of people and inspiration. And that's where I got my inspiration actually for this line. And it was after meeting Cynthia and who's with Urban Underdogs, which is our cause,
Right.
meeting with her and her telling about how she goes out and feeds these homeless dogs, these dogs that are with the homeless that sometimes can't be fed otherwise, and just broke my heart. Get emotional even now.
Now, here's the thing, though. You mentioned the homeless, but because also I obviously being part of the NetLV group, I know
Yes.
Cynthia as well. We're not just talking the homeless community because they do make house calls for all intents and purposes for those who have pets that
correct.
cannot need help taking care of the animals as well.
That's correct. For veterans, for seniors that maybe are having a difficult time making ends meet,
Right.
as well as just people that are underemployed or
Right.
maybe unemployed.
I'm also curious because I was reading in the Review Journal that Elon Musk is coming up with this new. I know where's he going with this one.
This is
Elon-
where you have to buckle your
Left field.
seatbelts because
Yeah,
he takes
'cause
us all over the
I
place.
take turns.
By the
But-
way, those of you standing here in the gallery, please
Yeah.
feel free to pull up the feed. Go to Twin Brothers Facebook page right now on Facebook, like it, And please share the feed. Please share it out on your timelines. We
But
appreciate it.
Elon Musk, from Tesla is coming up and coming up with a system of underground transportation. And I heard that FedEx and UPS will not deliver for the underground pets and the people. So maybe you can partner with Elon Musk for distribution of the products and services.
I think it's time I turn his mic down because I have no idea.
I think it's a brilliant
So
idea.
anybody that knows Elon personally, info@whinybitches.co.
Yeah, right.
Be happy to talk to him.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Actually, if
idea.
you tweet him, I know this from personal experience.
Mhm.
If you send him a tweet, he will respond.
we
He
get
does
five,
monitor his tweet.
we
can
get
do that.
5 more sentences out of me bringing that up. See how I'm brilliant. I bring these little things in.
Yeah, they're called nuggets for a reason.
Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Yeah, nuggets.
We're
I
not
like
going to say
nuggets.
what kind of nuggets.
No,
well, it's
let's
okay.
not. Let's not.
All right.
So, all right. So let's talk about Urban Underdog and how you guys came together to create Drink a Cup, Save a Pup.
So this really, believe it or not, this came to me almost in a semi-unconscious dream. I'm not sure if it was wine-induced or not, but
Were you drinking the same wine that T was at there?
pretty much.
Jeez.
And it literally just came to me. Why can't we start a coffee company? Because I happen to know these wonderful people that do our roasting for us
Mhm.
back in Pennsylvania, and searched them out, and bingo, they were in for it. We were able to private label it, and they're master roasters for one
Okay.
thing. So we came up with the product idea, and it's like, well, why not just name it with all kinds of dog names?
Great
one
idea.
thing,
Great idea.
and Drink a Cup, Save a Pup as the brand name. So what we're looking for here is not only to buy our coffee, please do, but we're also looking for those other folks that might have a retail establishment that want to carry this on a wholesale basis and make a little money, as well as help us with our cause.
So distribution is what you're looking for.
Distribution,
People
yes,
who
sir.
can distribute the product for you, and you can play to your strength and produce the product.
That's right.
So at this point, can you divulge what the benefit for Urban Underdog is in this initial campaign?
Well, they get a huge percentage of the profits,
Okay.
basically. So once we clear our costs,
Okay.
they get the rest.
Perfect. Perfect. So Whiny Bitches per se is not making anything. You're just trying to break even for the
We're
cost
trying
of
to-
production.
Exactly.
and
Cost
then
of
the rest.
production. And
Perfect.
of course, putting a little bit more eyeballs on Whiny Bitches.
Right.
And it's not only the coffee,
Right.
percentages of different items, like the blingy glasses, for instance, also go to help the cause.
Absolutely. I think that's great, especially since, your business, Whiny Bitches, is a local establishment. Even though it's on the internet, which really makes it an international business, but the grounding of it is here locally. And of course, now, with Urban Underdogs being a local nonprofit trying to do good for our community, it's a win-win when it's a grassroots program.
That's exactly right. That's what we're aiming for.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, this just handed in. If you don't mind, I'm going to do a little spot for Whiny Bitches.
Thank you.
WhinyBitches.co is a celebration of wine, women, and canines, and now coffee. Hysterically funny apparel, wine, even if they do say so themselves, wine accessories, and home of the handmade bling wine glass. Come embrace your inner whiny. A percentage of our sales go to help homeless pups with our brand Drink a Cup, Save a Pup. Available now at www.whinybitches.co. I can't sound professional every once in a
That
while.
was really well
Is that
done.
good? On
That
one
was
take,
good.
no
One
less.
take.
Yeah,
Wow.
one take. Yeah, I should do this for a living. Yeah, exactly.
That from the peanut gallery.
Exactly. It took me 13 years to be an overnight sensation. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all right. So now obviously it's on whinybitches.com to drink a cup, .co, sorry.
Yep.
See, I'm not a professional. Drink a cup, save a pup. But is this information on Urban Underdogs website as well? If they wanted to go
We
there?
are all linked.
We are linked.
Exactly.
And it's
So,
urbanunderdogs.org.
org.
Thank you. I can never remember org, com, co.
There's so many.
There's so many dots, even now .vegas. I mean, geez.
I have a Dot Vegas.
You do?
Caricature artist Dot Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have that.
Oh, okay.
Do you use it?
No.
Okay.
Very valuable piece of information there, folks, that he's got a website. We don't use it. Anyway, so now in terms of the coffee, and you mentioned the retail distribution, they think would be great. Can stores, let's say if a retailer decides to get involved with the coffee, can they tailor the labeling for themselves? How would
Perfect
that work?
question. Absolutely. We like to promote Drink a Cup, Save a Pup
Sure.
for a good reason, because it's really known.
It's a direct benefit.
Right. Exactly. But we can also include them on the back label as far as any information about their cause or whatever it might be.
So
Right on.
You could go to Sam's Club, parent corporation, which is members mark their branding,
Mhm.
and they could take this and put it on their shelves with their member mark, as long as there is mention somewhere on the packaging your corporate brand.
Right.
That's correct.
I think it's a good idea.
Well, it's Neil. Neil, it's like what you always say. Branding is key.
All about branding,
all about branding.
and networking and building relationships.
And branding is just not a product either. It is actually a relationship with your consumer.
Right.
Correct.
So where do you see potentially? So you've got the line off. What's your future direction for this? And of course, Urban Underdog right now is the initial company that's benefiting the initial cause.
That's correct.
Where else do you see this going? What other opportunities do you see the coffee going out to, or for supporting organizations like Urban Underdog?
Well, we actually, because of this coffee and this brand, it has segued into something much larger.
Okay.
And it's a new organization that we've just started up, and it's called, and get this, it's Cups for Causes.
Okay.
cupsforcauses.org. And it's for anybody that has a cause that can literally use the coffee model, business model, to sell coffee to raise money for their cause, whatever that cause happens to be, doesn't matter.
And they can reach out to you if they're interested. Do you have a private email that you want to share, or a contact info where they can discuss the possibilities of taking on the brand?
Absolutely. Again, it's info@whinybitches.co.
Good.
Do we need to respell it for you?
No, I got it the second time.
Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we're covered here. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure we're covered. Okay, so come on down. If you're within the sound of our voice, and because we're on the internet, you can at least listen to the audio in your car or whatever. If you're Bluetooth, come on down. The taste testing is still going on. Bags of coffee, as you see in front of us, are available. You can come down again if you're not a coffee drinker. $10 donation. You get 11-ounce mug. That is absolutely, which mine is empty because I don't drink coffee, but water and hot
What?
chocolate and tea will be going in there when I get home. Yes.
I have coffee.
I tried drinking coffee one time in my life, and I was desperate at college. I was cramming for a test, and I did instant coffee.
Oh.
I should have just taken a spoonful of the
Oh.
grinds and put it in my mouth.
Well,
'cause
that's
it was,
basically what you did.
I
Yeah.
know, it was terrible. It was terrible. That was the only time I've ever put coffee to my lips, and I haven't since then. So I love the aroma though of coffee. The gallery smells great with all the aromas.
It
in
really
there.
does. It really does.
But I'm a hot chocolate tea
Tea.
kind of person.
Yeah, you look like a tea
I
person.
am. I'm a teetotal. Did you
Well,
know?
no, I'm a tea person.
Did you know the story behind why the pinky hands out when you usually drink with mugs or teacups? Why the pinky's out? Do you know?
Balance.
Seriously,
Balance.
why?
I do it for balance.
Well, you need balance help.
He
Anyway,
does that while
but-
walking too, but
No,
that's
it's
Yeah.
no, but seriously, you know, the olden times, they had those little teacups, and
Yeah.
the ears were so tiny, teeny, you couldn't put fingers really through them. Mine certainly wouldn't go through them, so they would try to hold the ear, and what would balance at the bottom?
The pinky.
The pinky. But now, because people can fit into the ears, people still are in the habit of that pinky being out. But it was used for true balance in those little teeny tiny teacups.
Interesting.
On this
Wow.
cup, I actually do what you said.
Yeah,
My pinky
right?
always balanced. Now I understand.
Why do you think that the visual of a drink looks like this when you say, "I want a drink," right? Because the pinky's still under there
Doesn't that
supporting
mean
the cup.
rock on or
Well, that's
something?
I don't
American
know.
Sign Language for one thing.
No,
so-
that's true. That is very true. That is. But anyway, I digress myself. See, Neil gets me digressing, and
I
then
had
we have no
nothing to do
control
with
over the
that.
show.
Hey,
That's
just a
what
shout
happens.
out to everybody
Yes.
that's in the studio.
Absolutely.
Hey, guys,
you want to mention
thank you
some
for your
names?
support.
You want
Appreciate
to
it.
mention some names as to who's here?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Neil. Name some names if you know who's all here. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. You know, let's bring Cynthia over here.
Yeah,
Cynthia?
we'll bring Cynthia on here in a few minutes. Cynthia, we'll bring her on, and her husband here, Michael, is here, right?
Yes, he is.
And Kelly is here, and who else? I can't see past the doorway there. Who else is there?
John's
Bard,
here.
Bard
got-
Nelson and her husband is here, and John from TLC is
You'll see
here.
a computer, exactly.
Right.
So,
Ron Cooper's here. I don't know who else is in the front. I don't know if Sean Higgins, I don't know if he's still here. If he left, he was out front for a little bit.
Very tall.
You can't miss him in a crowd.
6'9".
Did he leave? He had an appointment. Okay, I'm
Oh,
glad he
okay.
stopped down for a little bit.
Yeah.
That was nice of him
that
to
was a
do
very
that.
nice treat. Yes.
Yeah, and I know you guys took some pictures with him too, so that'll be cool to
You
see.
know,
him
he was
post by that.
was he a point guard? He's 6'9". Because that's
I don't think so. I want to say he was a forward.
He was
maybe?
he had to be a small forward
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. Small with a guy who's 6'9".
Yeah.
How do you use that? That's an oxymoron.
Well, look at today's game. I mean, Magic Johnson, when Magic played all 5 positions, he was a point guard at 6'8".
That's true. That's true. All right, let's dismiss
True.
Mr. CJ.
Well,
Let's
thank
bring,
you, gentlemen.
Let's
I
bring
appreciate
Cynthia.
I
up.
appreciate your
Thank you.
support
Let's hear
and
it for
everything.
CJ, guys. Right on. Right on. Just drop that down there. We'll turn this off. All right, Cynthia, your turn, my friend. Come on up and get in the spotlight, in the hot seat, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, you know what? This has been a great event. I mean, there's great muffins around that got smushed in transportation, according to T, but they're still good. The chocolate one was good. I had a chocolate muffin. They were good.
You know why they're smushed?
Why?
Because T told CJ, she had to get ready to come down here.
Right.
When they're out of the oven, just wait a little while and put them in the bag. But CJ said he was in such a hurry that he never let them cool down.
Oy.
So we mushed them all in
Oy.
the bag. So when they finally cooled down, the 22 muffins that were in the bag were
It's now one.
7 muffins. Yeah.
7. They kind of melded together.
Yeah, 7. That's why I came up with it.
Just keep that right there so people will hear. I'll adjust your volume accordingly. So Cynthia Miyamoto is here. Welcome, Cynthia, guys. Woo! They need some more coffee to pep up, I think. But anyway, Cynthia is the face and worker and the main cog behind Urban Underdogs. Well, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Honor's ours to have you here with us.
Thank you.
So let's talk a little bit about the philosophy of how did this even whole start? Let's start there.
So it all started, my husband and I moved to Las Vegas about 3.5 years ago, and we moved here, and all of a sudden I started seeing all of these homeless individuals with these pets on the streets. And we're from Denver, and there's homeless in Denver, but they don't have the amounts of animals that are on the streets like they do here in Las Vegas. And we thought, well, we want to do something different. There's some great rescues in the city, and we didn't want to recreate the wheel. So we thought, what can we do to be different and to also help my passion, which is animals? So we started off with just handing out dog food. And that quickly turned into, oh my gosh, these dogs are having puppies on the streets. We need to spay and neuter them. And then we also want them to also be healthy. So we started vaccinating them. So we have 3 programs, and we like to be kind of catchy. So we have our Animeals program, which is our pet food program. We have our Nip and Tuck program, which is our spay and neuter program.
Nip and Tuck, I like that one.
Yeah, right. And we also have our No Cooties program, which is our vaccine program, and we hope that you will remember us by that.
How do you fund this? Because I know the passion that you and Michael both have. I mean, you get into something like this, and now all of a sudden it's coming out of your pocket. Tell me about how that works.
So we raise most of our money, believe it or not, on Facebook. We are on Facebook all the time. Anybody that follows us, if you're not following us, you definitely should. Urban Underdogs LV. You will see all the adventures that we have out on the streets looking for animals.
And you have a mascot too.
We do. His name is Duke. Duke was a bloodhound, and actually he was Portnoyed by.
I actually did a nice drawing of Duke.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Duke actually, shortly after we moved here, about 4 months, he was a rescue bloodhound who had been just terribly abused, and him and I bonded like no other dog that I've had before. And so along with us seeing all of these animals that were on the street, when Duke died, it broke my heart. So what we decided to do was to go ahead and make him our mascot, even though he had crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and do something in his honor. So if you go onto our website, which is urbanunderdogs.org, you can read his story, his full story, and how he touched my heart, and now through his spirit, we're touching other animals' lives.
And you have another bloodhound.
I do, yes. He's the devil. We actually rescued him from the Animal Foundation in September. And for those people that don't think that they can ever get a full-blooded pet from a shelter, you certainly can. His name is Beauregard. His actual full name is General Beauregard J. Duke. The J stands for just because. My husband came up with that. He's this amazing, about 2-year-old bloodhound that we have, and he's now our living mascot. And I'm a bloodhound
But he's the
girl.
devil. He's the devil.
He's the devil. Yes, he is.
Well,
he has no manners.
Listen, when you have a couple kids, like we both have 2 children.
Yes.
You have one of them that is like the angel, and the other one is the devil.
Yes, he's the devil.
And you got the devil.
Yes, absolutely.
So from that, you realized the cause was needed. And how long has Urban Underdog been functioning?
So Urban Underdogs, we will actually be celebrating our 3-year anniversary in May.
3 years already.
3 years,
Wow,
yeah. But
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing great things. And I know you've had great coverage. I know you've done interviews with Casey Smith in the
Yes.
past and all of that to really help expose the company. CJ failed to mention, and shame on him, but could you talk about this, what this is for and how these are being handed out?
So for every donation that people make, you get one of these. These are actually fire department approved. And actually, if your house catches on fire, firemen look for these things, and you can actually note on here how many dogs and cats you have. And that way, once the humans are out, they can actually go in and look for, if you've got 3 dogs, they'll be looking for them as well. So for every donation that comes in, you're going to be getting one of these as well.
They remind me of the old Tot Finder decals you used to put in a window for kids.
Yeah.
Yep. You don't know from the
No,
Tot Finder? Yeah, they were
no.
oval signs with a fireman carrying a child that you would put on the windows. If there were kids in the house,
Really?
God forbid a fire, they were called Tot Finders.
You learn something new every day.
There you go.
it
day,
is.
There you go. I swapped you for that one. So we got pet alerts, which is, I think, a great idea because how many times you see and hear about pets, unfortunately, losing their lives in fires or kids talking about, hey, you got to run back in. My dog's in
Right.
there. At least this
Absolutely.
gives the fire rescue folks a
A
heads,
heads up.
And I like the
Absolutely.
fact you can number how many of each you have. And there's even a line for other.
So you got birds or lizards
or
or
that goldfish.
yeah,
Do
exactly.
you have one for ex-wives? Because I can put 2 down
That's
here
right.
Maybe on the back.
on the back.
Yeah, on
All
the
right.
back. Yeah, there it is.
Wanted to make sure.
I was going to suggest in-laws, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but yeah, so far, I think everybody's got a good understanding. So how did you and CJ come together to make an initial conversation to have the Whiny Bitches coffee line support Urban Underdogs? How'd that all come about?
So, again, CJ was talking about relationships. Urban Underdogs is a huge believer in collaboration and together more. Basically, it takes a village to do to handle any cause that you have. And so CJ and I, as he mentioned, are part of a networking group called Net LV, and we just started talking. And he was talking about some of his passions. I obviously shared with him our passions, and it just kind of came together. And he's actually one of our PAW partners, and it's PAWTNERS. So we have several corporations that are partners with us. Caroline with Deacon Inc. is also one of our partners. And so we just kind of started talking, and this was actually his brainchild, but we're honored that he decided to make us the cause. And so we're excited about that.
I think that's great. It's such an easy way to support your organization. I mean, I mean, just about everybody in this room, who did not have a cup of coffee in this room besides me? Okay, see, everybody in this room had a cup of coffee.
You know what? I think a brilliant
What's that?
idea for this.
No, I don't drink
He
coffee.
doesn't drink coffee.
But the meaning behind that is very simply that there's so many people that drink coffee that they don't have to go out of their way to make it an extra trip somewhere to make a donation or whatever. Here they're drinking coffee anyway. You might as well as just drink it and make a donation, buy it at the same time.
I think, I'm always looking in marketing. How do you market something? You got a product. How do you get it out there? I think this would be a great idea for someone who wants to get a inexpensive gift for someone
Yeah.
who has a pet
And who drinks coffee.
who drinks coffee.
Right.
And they could obviously go to the URL that we mentioned earlier. I'm trying to learn letters.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Just helping you
No,
along.
you were on key. That's pretty good. And they could purchase this
My own key.
for, yeah, you're right,
My
for
own.
someone as a gift, as a stocking stuffer. We're coming into, we're not that far away from the season, but Christmas in July.
Christmas
would be
in
a great
July,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah. And just, send it
Stock
to
up
them.
now.
Stock up now.
Right.
And send it as a gift, a year's supply or a
Because it is
6-month
drop
supply.
shipped.
Right,
I did
yeah.
learn that before, that you can order and it is drop shipped right to the address that you want it
Perfect.
sent to.
Perfect. But
Yeah.
just keep that in mind, people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, again, if you're not a coffee drinker, you can still either just make a straight donation, right?
Right.
Which would be great. Or for $14.99, get a 22-ounce mug offline and, enjoy your coffee and spread the word about the cause. I think it's great.
Don't we have, and you can answer to this, the people in some of the networking groups that do the gift baskets, they could do a gift basket all related to the cause and have all of these items
Absolutely.
from the bling bling to the, the
Dog toy, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. And just come up with a really unique package.
I think we need a Bling coffee mug.
Yep.
It's in the
Oh,
works.
I didn't
there
see
you
you.
go.
I didn't see. I
Yeah.
thought you were back there. We know somebody?
Right, yeah.
Okay, we need a Bling coffee mug too.
Yeah. So I think those
Yeah,
are
absolutely.
some of the marketing ways some of the directions,
Absolutely.
I should say, to go. To
Now,
think about it.
Are these shirts available for sale, or will they be available for sale
Yeah,
soon?
they're on their
Oh, they
website
are?
as well.
Okay,
Yep,
so you can even
absolutely.
get these beautiful shirts. Well, you can't see mine. Neil, why don't you stand up? Because Cynthia and I are blocked. Why don't you just stand up? Let them see your shirt. Come on, Vanna. Let them see your shirt. There you go. I support Drink a Cup, Save a Puppy. These are available. And how much are these online?
CJ.
The T-shirts.
T-shirts are $16.97.
There you go, $16.99,
And that's a great price for a T-shirt.
Absolutely, and it's Gildan is the label, which are great shirts. I love
Mhm.
Gildan,
Can
so
I
I'm glad you
can
picked
I-
that brand.
Can I sit down now?
Yeah, you
down
can sit
now.
down. Yes, you'll take a load off. So, and I'm only wearing a large, which is great. He's wearing an extra large, which I thought I would
Rub
point
it
out.
in. Go
I will.
ahead.
So anyway, so you can get a shirt, you can make a donation, you can get a mug, whatever you need. Even if you're not a coffee drinker, or if you are a coffee drinker, get coffee, get the tchotchkes, and get the whole full line.
Now, what about visors? Because you're promoting,
Yeah.
Urban Underdog on a visor. Have you thought of visors? Where'd she go?
Where'd she
moved.
go?
There she
Oh,
is.
there she is.
You keep shifting. You're like a shapeshifter, T. You're moving from here to there.
That's a good advice,
It's fun.
Laura.
Leave the bad jokes to Neil, will you, please?
Yeah, I kind of,
Oh, my goodness.
I've got all the bad jokes.
By the way, Dorothy's out there watching. If you want to say hello.
Hi, Dorothy.
Yes.
Getting the
Hi,
house ready
Dorothy.
for later.
Yeah,
Atta
there you
girl.
go. There you go. So, all right. So there's a wide opportunity for it. And I think this is great. It's a great crossover opportunity. And again, it's something people already do and drink coffee and they purchase it and they can just make it real easy and get this. I already got an order. My wife was up at her school this afternoon and she saw the pictures I posted and everything. I already had to buy a couple bags for her teachers because there were teachers at the school they better reimburse me tomorrow. But anyway, so we've already got a couple bags going out to teachers up at my wife's school.
Well, we appreciate it very much.
I can't go home without a bag.
Yeah.
I was told make sure you get coffee before you come home.
Are you going to use it tonight?
No, but that's a great idea. I think I will.
Why not?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Little taste testing
Little
there.
taste testing at the house. Yeah.
And then say, hey, if you want a coffee, we know how to get it.
Perfect.
See?
I'll keep marketing.
all
there you
these
go.
all these ideas, it's great. We love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So where do you see what's your next step for promoting This is great. How else are you continuing to market Urban Underdogs and get your support in what you do?
Well, I mean, this year our big push is spay neuter. As many of you already know, there's a huge pet overpopulation here in Las Vegas. And unfortunately, all of these animals end up at the Animal Foundation, who are our friends, and we work very closely with them. But our goal really is to get every dog and cat that we encounter spay or neutered, because that's really the core of the issue. So we're proud to say that as of yesterday, we have actually spay and neutered. And again, we're a tiny but mighty organization. We have actually spay and neutered 18 dogs and cats.
Right on.
And I have to let you guys know that more than half of those individuals were individuals that live on the street with their pets.
Wow.
Now, what about, let me ask you a question, because 18 for 3 years you've been doing it, and I know you're a small organization. This town is all about partnering.
Right.
And I'm sure you've started.
Oh, and that
to
was year to date. I mean, that's this year.
Okay, this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So I'm sure you've reached out, if not, you should, to some of the veterinarians and some of those organizations that will partner with you for mention that they're now associated with, where you could also tie in at their offices. Because you go to a vet,
Mm-hmm.
you go to a doctor, there's always a coffee machine there sitting on the counter. Go over and get your free coffee.
Right.
That they would purchase for a tax-deductible donation, your brand in all the
Really, any
veterinary
doctor's
facilities.
office. Doesn't
Correct.
just have to be vets.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great idea.
CJ, are you on that? Yeah.
All
Perfect.
right. Make a note of that. Will you please? Have your people call her people.
My people know your people.
So here's some of the flavors you can get. Deputy Dog, which I love, is the Ethiopian har hardy har. Who chose that name? What is that har? What is that? Is that a name you came up with? That's a village. Great.
It's a village in Ethiopia.
I'll get hate mail
I've
now.
learned 2 new things today.
So Ethiopia har is a light roast. Sergeant Barkowitz is a medium roast. Barks a Lot is a dark roast. Bowser's Blend is a light roast. And I hope to those who drink coffee, that all means something. Because
It does. No, it does. It does.
Absolutely.
And Doggin' It Decaf is a medium roast. And you can get these already blended and ground, or you can purchase it in a whole bean fashion.
And in the packaging is really well done. You know what? It's really well done. Good kudos. It's well done.
Yeah, you can see the packaging better on screen because we just have black and white copies and they all look the same to me. So anyway, so WhinyBitches.co, by the way, is a celebration of wine, women, and canines, and now coffee. Hysterically funny apparel, wine accessories, and home of the handmade bling wine glass. Come embrace your inner whiny. A percentage of our sales go to help homeless pups with our brand Drink a Cup, Save a Pup, available now at www.WhinyBitches.co. So I just had to get that in. because CJ told me to.
No, you did as well as the first time you read it.
Did it really sound good?
Yeah,
It
sounded
did
really
sound good.
Maybe
Like-
I should keep doing this.
Well, you should do it for a living
I'm trying.
instead of the doctor recommending it for your health.
Exactly. I'm trying to. Anyway, all right. So, how can people get in touch with you best if they know of somebody that needs help, or do you have if they want to volunteer? Let's talk about volunteers.
Right.
Let's talk about them. Go ahead. Talk about if you need volunteers. Let's thank some volunteers, whatever you want. Let's give them some recognition.
So we have several volunteers that are here right now and actually have come and gone. Obviously, they wanted to come see Neil's fabulous gallery, but we're looking currently right now for volunteers to help us with our home deliveries. So besides helping the pets of the homeless on the streets, we also have a whole nother demographic of individuals, as you had mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
that we help. We help senior citizens who are on very low, limited income. We help veterans who
Okay.
are struggling to keep their service dogs and fed, obviously.
Okay.
And then unemployed individuals. We're looking for volunteers to help us with that aspect of our volunteer positions.
Have you thought of reaching out to Lyft and Uber for delivery?
No, I have not.
But that's, you know what? Delivery, I would somehow, if it's possible, at the local chapter to the national chapter of Uber and Lyft, where they're
Because
doing.
they do Uber Eats now,
That's right.
specific to the
You
food.
know what? Uber eats and drinks. Save a pup, drink a cup. That whole thing. If they can tie in, because they're very good at branding. That's just another idea I'm throwing out there.
He's great with ideas, isn't he? Got a whole list of them.
I do.
Hey, by the way, I think we need to have a National Urban Underdog Day. I just thought
Oh,
I'd
I would
share
love that.
That'd be
Yay!
great.
Well,
that. There's a Marlo, right?
Marlo, if you are listening, we don't have the 10,000 or 20 or whatever thousand.
Well, first we'd have to get
fee.
approved.
We gotta
If
get
we're
approved.
approved, then we got to worry about the money.
That's right. That's right. But if you get sponsorship
That's
to
right.
pay that fee,
That's right.
then you get tremendous national, international exposure.
Absolutely.
That would be very cool.
Miss Cynthia, any parting words to our listening audience? Because I know we're wrapping up the event here and I want you out there mingling with the folks that have come by. Any final words regarding anything that you'd like to share?
Well, definitely follow us on Facebook. Again, it's Urban Underdogs LV, and we're also on Instagram.
Right.
Same thing. And then if you want to learn more about us, visit our website at urbanunderdogs.org. And we love your support. There's many stories on there. And if you decide that you would like to talk to me personally, you can email me at wolf@urbanunderdogs.org.
At what?
Woof.
Spell that.
WOOF at urbanunderdogs.org.
That's good.
Woof.
I like it.
Yeah.
There you go. Love it. All right. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for
Thank you so
stopping in
much.
and spending some
Appreciate
time.
it.
Let's give Cynthia a hand, everybody, would you?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, just lay that down there. I'll turn that off. Thank you so much for coming by. All right. Before we close out, because we only have about just under 10 minutes, there's a couple other things I want to give some acknowledgement to today, some other events going on around town. And then thanks to CJ's cheat sheet, which he left up here, which he didn't even use, he's got some national days I think are funny to talk about.
Oh, let's talk
So,
about it. Sure.
But before we get into that, I want to acknowledge there's another organization that I support and I MC their events, and that's Miss Wheelchair Nevada. They're actually having their induction and pageant today, later on this afternoon at the Charleston Library. So I want to give them some recognition and love and tell them I wish I could be there, but my schedule today does not allow. And Missy Lynn, by the way, is filling in for me, hosting that for me
Oh,
today.
nice.
So she's emceeing that. So I thank her for that.
Is she dressing up for that?
Probably.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, at 2:30, as they kick off their event, she's going to FaceTime me at home, and I'm actually going to kick off the event from home via FaceTime and turn it over to her.
Cool.
So thank you for technology. And our dear friends at the Atomic Roller Girls, we were out there late last year. Tonight is their second seasoner opener.
Is
Season-
Sweaty Balls going to be there?
Sweaty Balls is going to be there.
Nice.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. down at the Fallout Shelter down off of Valley View. And I don't remember that. Was it Okendo, I think?
Yeah, that sounds
Right?
good.
So that's at 7 p.m. A lot of fun down there. Go down there. Tell them Twin Brothers said hello if you go down there and make it. We would appreciate it. And I think their next bout is May 4th. So hopefully we'll be able to. They keep threatening me to get me on skates. I know you can't skate because of your
No,
knees.
I can skate.
Can you?
Yeah, about 12 feet.
12 feet with the, you have to hold. There's no walls there. Otherwise, I'd say
They
hold
have
on to the
rails
walls.
because I'll hold on to the rails. No rails.
No,
nothing.
you can hold on to the girls.
I'd rather hold on to the rails.
All right. So before we close, or as we close, it is today's March 9th. Hey, by the way, change your clocks. Spring ahead today.
Tonight, tomorrow.
Well,
2 o'clock
2
in the
a.m.
morning.
Yeah. So just do it before you go to bed. Makes life easy. Spring ahead. You lose an hour tonight. So make sure you turn it. It's early. It gets earlier every year. Remember they used to do this like in April?
Well, do you know the 2 states that don't do it?
Arizona, I know, is one, and I don't know who the other one is.
Hawaii.
Hawaii doesn't either. And there's more talk every year about states not doing it.
Correct.
So I don't know. I kind of like the darker afternoons in the wintertime. Makes napping a lot easier.
My wife hates it because it's getting dark at 4 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. I can't wait till whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's just time. I mean,
Well,
geez,
here in Vegas, your outdoor living is actually another room because when the
Right.
sun comes, you live outside.
right, exactly. And where we live, we're closer to the mountains, so it actually gets a little darker early because when the
Correct.
sun goes down behind the mountains
Correct.
versus the east side of town. All right, so here's 4 National Day dates for today only, because that's all CJ had. Today is National Barbie Day. So if you grew up with a Barbie, today's the day you celebrate Barbie.
Ken must be disappointed.
I know. And they got a divorce. Ken
No,
and Barbie, they
no.
separated a couple of years ago. Ken is not with Barbie anymore. She
They-
dumped him.
Did they remarry her?
I don't think so. I think she dumped him for G.I. Joe.
Come on, that's
I
a
don't-
joke.
No, but seriously, Ken is not with Barbie anymore.
Oh.
Seriously.
All right.
Here's another one for those of you who love crab meat. Today is National Crab Meat Day. So if you love crab
I
meat,
don't like seafood.
no, you're not a seafood guy?
No, I'm not a seafood guy.
I didn't know that.
No,
But you see food, though. You eat it.
that's the only seafood I will
I
eat.
got you.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how about meatballs?
Love meatballs.
National Meatball Day is today.
My wife makes the best
Does she?
meatballs. She puts like tomatoes and onions and stuff in the meat when
Okay.
she does it.
Okay.
Outstanding.
Really?
Outstanding. The best, better than any restaurant here.
Even better than my mother's house?
Yes.
Chef Mike's?
Chef Michael will not like me to say that, but yes, absolutely.
Here's my favorite one of the day, Neil.
Go ahead.
National Get Over It Day. Just get over it.
Figure it out. Get over it.
Get over it. You know?
How do people come up with this?
You know, I have no idea, but if it's making Marlo money, I don't think he cares.
He really doesn't
So
care.
you know what? Let me refresh. You know, if you do have something in mind that you want to get on the calendar of National Day calendar, the process is there's an application on
Yeah,
their site.
we keep mentioning Marlo, so we got to say who Marlo is.
Yeah,
I'm
Marlo
sure you're
Anderson
going
is the founder and mind behind National Day calendar, and it's been what 5-6 years.
there. Yeah, he's got a gold mine.
Yeah. So when you hear the National Donut Day, Pizza Day, Coffee Day, whatever, it's all because of his organization. But there's an application on the website. You fill it out with your idea and thought, and it's a 4-person panel that decides. Right, turn to your right. That decides on whether
No,
the application
I'm
is
good.
accepted. And if you are accepted, it has to be unanimous. And Marlo's not on the board of decision makers. I will take a chocolate one. Thank you very much, sir. I'll leave you a tip later. Okay. He is not part of the 4 people to make the decision,
No, he's taken himself out of the equation,
Right.
which is smart.
but all 4 members have to agree unanimously. And if so, at that time is when you got to come up with 20 grand to pay for the day. But it's forever marketing.
It's unbelievable. It's international.
Right. It's
It's
international. I
international.
mean, how many times you see stuff on Facebook? Oh, today's National Go Out and Have a Pizza Day. You know, what are we going to do for Pizza Day? What's that? National App Day. There you go. So
Well, did you know the CJ got recognized? And Marlo presented him a certificate, a big blown up,
really,
and actually named it after CJ. It's National App Day.
I did not know
What-
that.
what's
as
the-
a maybe
What's
man
the
would
day?
say.
What number? What 11?
December 11th.
December 11th.
Isn't
is
that
National App
but
Day.
isn't that another the 11th of December? Isn't that another holiday? Truly a national holiday on the
That's not a national
well, it's not a
holiday.
national holiday.
Oh.
Well, it was for you, yes. Without him, you wouldn't be here, of course. All right. So anyway, so that's how it works. I think it's a lot of fun. I love reading them. We usually go through the week, but today, of course, was all special towards Drink a Cup, Save a Pup, and Urban Underdogs and Whiny Bitches, and been a lot of fun. It's great to see folks coming down to support the launch and participating and being in the background for us today.
You know what? That's what we're all about. Aaron and I are both about giving back, supporting causes we believe in, getting people here down to the gallery, learn a little bit more about each of us as individuals and what we stand for and what we're about. And of course, my partner in the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame
Yeah.
as a broadcaster is available for many functions that go around not only here in town, but the surrounding states. I hope you've all had a great chance to listen to this talented voice and how he handles behind the microphone.
Thank you. Listen, I'm humbled by your thoughts. Thank you so very much. And
Just want to say one more thing.
hold on, let me bring up your mic. Hold on, bring up a mic. There you go. Let them hear you. Got
I
it.
want to say one thing. Happy birthday, Neil.
Yeah, happy birthday to
Thank you,
Neil.
thank
Bring
you.
everybody in here from the front. Let's sing happy birthday to Neil.
Oh, really?
Can we get everybody up here to sing happy birthday to Neil? He's got a birthday coming up on Monday.
Monday, I got another birthday.
So let's get everybody up close.
I got another
Just
time.
come on around. Come on around.
I got another time going around the world for another year.
There you go. You get another here. Hold it if you would. Let's hold that back there for everybody. Come on around behind us, guys. You're good on this one.
And Terry just showed up, you know, who's
Terry Wilsey, Mr. Travel.
Mr. Travel. That's what I was
Guys,
gonna
come
say.
on up around. You guys come up behind us
I-
there so you're on camera.
I
Don't be
traveled
camera
around
shy.
the world one more time to get another year going here.
There you go. So come on around. All right, look at this. So these are the ones that are have no fear to be on camera and sing for the world to hear. So, all right, wait, who's this behind me here? No, not that side. Who's that behind? Is that CJ? You got to get in there, but there you go. All right, so here we go. On the count of three, I've got a hot mic here, so hopefully we'll pick it up. On the count of three, let us begin. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Neil. Happy birthday to you.
There's so much talent in this town.
This
This was not one of them.
was not one of them.
Not one of
Where
them.
were they when we needed them? Yes, but happy birthday to you,
Thank you,
partner.
partner.
And absolutely, listen, for that, we're going to sign off on that note, partner. Next week, join us. Ron Cooper's going to be here. He's going to share about what he's gotten himself into now, which is really all about genetics and DNA and stuff. So that'll be fascinating to hear. And we've got the whole month of March is booked.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun month.
And hopefully, beginning of April, we may have a guest already tentatively set up for the first Saturday in April. So we're cruising along. Anyway, if you've missed any part of the show, we realize the first 10 minutes you have no sound, but this video will be posted so this way you hear the important people. That'll be posted. Check us out on all of our social media platforms, which you see right behind me here on our banner. Everything from YouTube, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the apps, and of course right here on Facebook. Like our page, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss anything. Final word, sir?
Bark wants the final word.
Go ahead.
Life has been rough.
On that note, I'm going to find a hydrant and pee all over it. Have a great week, everybody. For all of us here at Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, have a great week. We'll see you next week.